Hi, my name is Jimmy Kong, and I am a legally blind student here at UC San Diego. Before I get into the topic of this video, I want to say thank you to all of the professors who are watching this video. Without you, we wouldn't be such a fantastic university. In this video, I would like to present several steps that you can take to make your course even more universally accessible to all different types of learning styles. From auditory to visual to kinesthetic, every student has a different type of learning style, regardless if they have a disability. Recognizing and building your course around this will enable all students to better access and understand the course content and concepts. Sure, it may be easier and faster to use the same materials every quarter, such as outlines, syllabi, and handouts. A few modifications can make all the difference to some of the students. While there are many lists of best practices out there, I would encourage you to consider some of the following modifications. First, it is extremely helpful when course materials are available in advance of the quarter. This allows students to review the course materials in advance, preparing them for the upcoming lecture. If materials need to be converted into an alternative form, like Braille, large print, or even audio formats, there is sufficient time to do so. Also, all materials and your course website should be accessible. Sometimes there is a misunderstanding that all materials in electronic form, like PDFs, are automatically accessible. Sadly, this is not always the case. If you are unsure about the accessibility of your course materials, please don't hesitate to contact the OSD for guidance. Besides preparing your materials ahead of time, there are some strategies you can take inside the lecture hall that will maximize students' access and involvement in the course. First, try to use as much descriptive language as possible. Let's illustrate this with a simple math equation. What you see right now is basically what I see when I'm sitting in class. So when the professor points at the board and says, this plus that equals this, I'm not really sure what they're referring to. Therefore, I can't really participate in the lecture. However, if the professor points at the board and says, 2 plus x equals 5, I can actually picture this in my head, and therefore, I can actually participate in the discussion. This helps students who have visual tracking issues, hearing difficulties, and issues with distraction. Another good strategy to follow is to always face the students, speak clearly, and repeat questions before providing an answer. If students constantly ask you to speak up, using a microphone is a good option. Again, this assists students who are hard of hearing or who may have difficulties with focus and concentration. Clear communication also assists a captionist or a sign language interpreter in providing access to students who are deaf or hard of hearing. Say, for example, you're sitting at the back of the class, and then I introduce myself like this. It is really difficult to hear you. Therefore, speak clearly and directly, and ask periodically if everyone can hear you. Lastly, please remember that sensitivity and compassion go a long way. You may feel uncomfortable talking to a student with a disability, or you may even find yourself making assumptions about the student's abilities or limitations. Even though you might know another student or another person with the same disability, please don't assume that we are all the same. I have had countless professors say the following phrase to me. I used to teach students who are blind, and I just don't think you can pass this class because we have assignments due every day. While you may be legitimately concerned, I would appreciate it if you would phrase your concern in a more generalized way rather than singling me out, especially if we are having this conversation within earshot of my peers. A better way to phrase the previous phrase is, a lot of students struggle in completing assignments on time because this course is a fast-paced course. Do you anticipate this may be a challenge for you? Also, a good practice is to use person-first language, such as student who is deaf or student with a learning disability. And by all means, encourage all students to contact you in person, by phone, or by email if any questions, concerns, or comments arise. That's all for this video. Thank you for listening. If you have any questions or concerns, please don't hesitate to contact the OSD by calling 858-534-4382 or shoot them an email at osd@ucsd.edu. They can provide you additional information and resources to create an educational environment that is universally accessible to all students.